Are you tired of feeling sick and tired? Do you always feel run down and exhausted? Is your health not just quite what you want it to be? Would you like to bounce out of bed in the mornings? Wouldn't it be great if you didn't need that cup of coffee in the morning just to get you going? If this is you, then this video may help you achieve that. Hi, I'm Dr. Ryan from Seaman Chiropractic. And today we're going to talk about getting more out of your life and how good planning equals good health. When I first started talking to people about their health, I was always amazed to hear that they believed the state of their health was either a result of bad luck or because it ran in their family. What if I told you it was time for you to change your luck, or that it was time for that trait that runs in your family to run out of your family? Good health, it's not just merely good luck for the majority of people. Good health takes planning. We've all heard the old saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Our health is the same way, but most of us don't look at it that way. The medical science has demonstrated that the majority of all the cases of death in the world, i.e. the top 10 causes of death, are preventable. Your health is really an accumulation of all the lifestyle choices you've made in your life. So this is actually a really, truly profound bit of knowledge to have. What it says is even if you have a strong family history of a disease or a chronic illness, that may increase your chances of getting that. However, it doesn't mean you're destined to it. Your genes, yes, they contribute to your health, but it's not written in stone. There's an entire field of science dedicated to how our lifestyle choices and the environment we put our bodies in cause our genes to express differently. It's called epigenetics. Google it, find out what you can find out. It's an amazing field. So going back to how your family history doesn't really write your future. The different lifestyle choices you make can predispose you to the diseases in your family. And fortunately and unfortunately for us, we learned how to live from who? Yes, our parents. Our parents taught us how to live, mostly by the time we were aged 5. If you get to know me very well, you will find out I'm a fairly active fellow and I eat fairly healthy. And one of the major reasons I do this, especially at this point in my life, is I want to set a great example for my kids. My youngest is turning 5 this year, and my eldest turned 9, so I want them to know that even as adults, we need to exercise and eat healthy all the time. So after lots of research in interviewing dozens and dozens of really healthy people in my career, I found that there were 5 things that they actually did in common. So let's break those down. The first was they all exercised really regularly. And the science supports this for the majority of us. There are a few conditions where if you happen to have it, that it's contraindicated. However, the rest of us, we need to exercise regularly. Can you think of a point in your life where regular exercise is not going to be good for you? So how much exercise do we really need? Well, to be truly healthy, we need more than most people think. The basic rule of thumb being promoted by most government bodies is find 30 minutes. And that was brought out by the American Medical Association originally, and it was brought out to help you reduce your chance of dying from the top 10 causes of death by approximately 50%. Now, does that actually make you healthy? Well, it definitely makes you healthier than you were if you weren't exercising. However, it's not maximally healthy. My investigations kept bringing me around to the last healthy populations I could find, which are actually our hunters and gatherers. Now, they walked on average 15 to 18 kilometers a day, and they had intense physical exercise for an hour to an hour and a half, 3 to 4 times a week. Now, I don't expect you to go out and go for an 18-kilometer walk every day, because that counts every single step that they took a day, and most of their activity is physical activity, not pure exercise. Now, I need to break that down for you. Physical activity has amazing benefits for the human body, and it's any kind of movement. The more, the better is what we found in the science. But exercise is something you do for pleasure, and it has a different release and a different physical effect on the body. So it releases different hormones. Most of them are the hormones that leave you feeling healthy and happy. So keep working at it. The closer you get to that ideal, the 18 kilometers a day and that hour to hour and a half, 3 to 4 times a week, the healthier you'll be. However, for you, you may not be very active at this point, and it may be you start by walking up and down your hallway 3 to 4 extra times every day, building up until you are fairly active again. That activity is going to leave you feeling healthier and happier no matter what. Now, the next thing I found these people did was they all ate really healthy and drank lots of water. So let's go to the water side of it first. Now, for ideal hydration, we talk 30 to 40 milliliters per kilogram body mass. Now, like I said, this is general health advice, and it doesn't take into account any specific conditions you have. So if you have kidney issues or bladder issues, you may want to discuss this with your healthcare practitioner before you take on drinking that much water. If you're going to step right into it like I did, having no other health conditions, you may find, like I did, that you urinate very frequently at the start. My understanding is this is the body removing waste from the body, so you're going to do this more frequently. Then you'll find you don't urinate as frequently as your body uses it for proper hydration elsewhere. Usually takes 3 to 4 days, so start this over a weekend, because I don't know about you, but I don't have time to dash to the toilet every hour to urinate while I'm at work. Now, as for general dietary advice, we talk about the hand method. I'm going to give you a real brief rundown on it here. We've got an entire video around it. Please check that out on our website. So really quick, your hand's a different size to mine, and every single meal your hand dictates the size of it. You should have a piece of protein the size of the palm of your hand every meal. The good carbohydrates, the fruits and veggies, they should form a nice little fill the cups of your hands and film a little mountain on top. And you should have healthy oils that, if they're a liquid, won't drip off your fingers. If you hold them this way and it's a very thin film, or nuts and seeds, it won't fall off those same 2 fingers. For more advice on that, either contact our nutritionist, Lindley Seaman, or watch that video I was just talking about, which is up on our website. The other thing I found is that all these people get adequate sleep. Now, the science has shown us that the average person needs 6 to 8 hours a night for maximal health. Most people do not realize how important sleep is. If you are mildly sleep deprived, it's, according to the science, about the same effect as having a blood alcohol level of about 0.4. If you're heavily sleep deprived, like some new mothers are with infants, it can be as high as 0.1. So you're quite impaired just due to the fact you haven't gotten enough sleep. We've got videos on sleep, posture, changing pillows, tips for buying beds. Check them out on our website as well, to help you get a better night's sleep. There's also a video on there about a meditation to help you fall asleep faster. The next thing that I found that they all had in common was they all had a really healthy attitude. They were very positive people. One of the ladies I asked, "Why do you believe that's so important?" And she looked at me and she said, "Well, I sat down and thought about it. And when she thought about it, she found that she had experienced other people's attitude affecting her. So she gave me a couple real quick examples. She said, I've been someplace and I felt somebody staring at me. I turned around and sure enough, somebody was staring at me. Their attitude was affecting her. But she said, just try this on for size. Do you know one of those people who is always complaining and whinging about how crappy their life is, or their spouse or their kids, or their job? How does it make you feel when they're talking like that? It makes you feel pretty ordinary, doesn't it? She says, now how do you feel right this minute now that you're thinking about them? And I said, well, I'm actually feeling a little bit down from where I was. And she goes, see, their attitude's affecting you and they're not even in the room. Our attitude affects everybody around us. So if you're grouchy, the odds are you're going to have grouchy people around you. What we put out there, we tend to breed more of. So try to have a positive, healthy attitude. I tell people in my office, if they think they are or they think they aren't, they're probably right. The last thing I found these people did, and it may be biased because most of them were clientele in my office, is they all had their spines adjusted. And I simply asked every last one of them, why do they feel that was important? And the most general answer I got that fit for everybody was they found their body work better and they're able to do the things they wanted to do more without ever having to think about it or worried about injuring themselves. So from my point of view and from the science I read, it talks about improving the nervous system and the function of the body from that perspective while increasing your range of motion and maintaining your muscular strength. So getting adjusted, in my opinion, is one of the top 5 things you should be doing to maintain your health and have the most energy and live as long as you want. So those were the top 5 things I found in my research. I hope these are really helpful. Actually, I really trust that they will help you if you actually put them into action. For more great videos like this, guys, check out our website, www.seamanchiropractic.com.au. While you're there, you can subscribe to our newsletter and you'll get these videos sent to your email on a regular basis. Or you can subscribe to the blog and you'll get them even slightly more regular. Also, to find other tip sheets, the ones I mentioned in this video, they're all on our website. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family if you're finding it helpful. And click the like button down below if you're watching this on Facebook. The more feedback I get, the better it is. So yeah, take care, and we will talk to you guys really soon.